I want to welcome you to the 2020-2021 Midwest Whitetail season. This is our 13th season of producing the shows, and we're going to start off this year just like we do every year with a short highlight, and hopefully we'll get you fired up for the coming season.
Got the recurve with me this morning, hoping to get my first kill with it.
Are you kidding me?
You can't just hold a full draw with the recurve and wait one.
That's one we wanted to find right there. I think that deer is a 3-year-old. Look at that thing.
I'm back here on the farm that I call the home farm. And this is a farm that I have pictures of a pretty nice deer. Had pictures of them all last year. Found a shed at the end of the season. I've been getting pictures of this deer on the north side of this farm in a big bean field bottom. So I went out and scouted him, sat on the edge of that bean field, and sure enough, he was one of the first deer out. Pretty awesome encounter, pretty cool to lay my eyes on him for the first time after chasing him for almost 2 seasons. So,
a lot of people have been asking about whether or not Marino is alive, and Jared and I had put a few cameras out on our farm, and we got one velvet picture of him. So we have confirmed that he is alive after the late season. We never found his sheds. Usually it's mid to late September when he kind of moves back to the farm. So we're going to start running cameras here a little bit harder, setting up mock scrapes, etc., and I think he'll show up here pretty soon.
And the more I stare at this map, the more excited I get. Multiple good bucks are showing up. This place is really coming to fruition of what we expected, and like I mentioned earlier, I can only expect it to get better. Luckily, we came out with one piece of ground at the beginning of August. Now, I've been able to get another piece of permission about an hour and a half south of here, so we've been getting some really good bucks on there too. And all of a sudden this season's shaping up to hopefully be one of my best ever.
We checked cameras. We had 10 cameras out, just taking inventory, so we checked those. We also set up some more and moved those existing ones to mock scrapes. We created a whole bunch of mock scrapes today. I'm excited these next few weeks as bucks starting to transition areas. Hopefully some of the familiar faces start showing up and maybe even some new bucks too.
As I mentioned earlier, I'm super excited about this plot. I think I'm going to make a lot of hunts out of this old cherry tree here, and hopefully it's where I knock down one of these big mature bucks.
Thanks for the advice on where to cross, Josh.
I'm just sitting here doing this interview right now, and behind Zach, I can see leaves changing, and it's all of a sudden it's really, hitting me that season's not too far away.
Just cool to come out here and, film the deer you're in here after. So.
I love these highlight shows because it means that the new season is upon us. So we're going to be coming back each week now, every Monday for this weekly series. And I do have some news for you. During the off season, we sold our farm. And I know that a lot of people over the years have watched Midwest Whitetail and seen the action on that property. And obviously I've learned a lot about it and hunted it a lot, and I know that farm well. But there's always a time for change. And even though I expected I'd never sell it, that day came during this past off season. So we can talk about that a little bit next week, but mostly I want to dive into a tribute to that property. I want to go back and look at how I put that together, the way that I managed that over the years, the types of deer we produced, the kind of the ebbs and flows that we had with the EHD and how that affected things, how long it took to recover from the various hits that we had on that. Really from go back to the business part of putting it together all the way through the deer management, and then I'll look at some of the bucks that we were able to kill there over the years. So it should be a fun episode. I'll look back on really the development and the maturation of a really good whitetail farm. So in the meantime, I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you right back here again next week for the next episode of Midwest Whitetail. And remember to always dream big.